Christian Coke. We're going to talk about the drill press today. First starters, let's go over safety. Anything that you wear in the shop, you need safety glasses, no baggy, loose clothing like dresses, and no jewelry that's hanging out or sticking out. And then, so for the drill press, to put a bit in or loosen and tighten it, change bits, it's called chuck key. You put it in one of these holes here, stick this thing in, your bit in, righty tighty, lefty loosey. You want to make sure that your bit is in between these three prongs here. If not, it's gonna drag around when you do it. Make sure it's pretty snug. Always make sure to put the chuck key back. If not, when you turn it on, it can fly out and hit you and do some damage, and you'll also more than likely get an attention from Mr. Rains if you lose the chuck key. So to change the speed on the drill press, you have to pull this little notch out here and it'll lift up. The higher you go on this, the faster. The lower you go, slower. It's at the speed we need now. When you put it back, there's two pins in here and you want to make sure they're on the inside. And they are. And then push it down. It takes a couple tries to get her, but try to get her. There. Now let's give her a pop forward. And I don't know. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta. There we go. And like that, let's change. So when you're drilling, especially on thick wood that's hard, you want to make sure you do up and down motions as you're drilling, that way it doesn't dull the bit. And then also, for safety reasons, there is a safety guard here that you can adjust using these. We usually don't use safety guards on the drill press unless there's administration or some safety inspector comes through. And then you also want to make sure that your board's clamped down nice and tight, that way if something would happen to get stuck, the board doesn't come flying back in your face. So we're going to drill a hole now. Blacks for go, reds for stop. You also want to make sure that the drill press is at full speed before you start, and when you're done, make sure you have it all the way up before. Make sure you have it all the way up before you stop. That way, it doesn't catch and break the machine. And then when you're done, just put the clamps back, and I think that's all you need to know about the drill press. Oh, and when you're changing the belts out, you have to push this forward and it's going to move this deals together, that way you can adjust it, and then make sure that this is tight when you're done in the right spot. But besides that, that's all you should need for the drill press. So another thing that you can also do is set the depth on these to where if you had to drill a hole only like an inch down or 2 inches down, you can adjust these two nuts, tighten them up, that way it only goes down to a certain depth. On this bit, it wouldn't really make much of a difference since it's a paddle bit, but if you're doing something to like a staircase type deal, you only want to go in so far with wood. So that's what those two are used for. And then just make sure you adjust them back up when you're done, that way other people can use it without having problems.